One of the things people love about you is they believe you tell it like it is.
Says it like it is. He speaks the truth.
It's about time we have a man like Trump in here. They ain't afraid to tell it like it is, man.
We like him. He tells it like it is.
He says what he means. I honestly believe he's telling the truth.
Of Libya, I never discussed that subject. I was in favor of Libya. We would be so much better off if Gaddafi were in charge right now. I can't believe what our country is doing. Gaddafi in Libya is killing thousands of people. Nobody knows how bad it is. And we're sitting around, we have soldiers all over the Middle East, and we're not bringing them in to stop this horrible carnage. Now, we should go in, we should stop this guy, which would be very easy and very quick.
You had talked a little bit about Marco Rubio. I think you called him Mark Zuckerberg's personal senator because he was in favor of the H-1B.
I never said that. I never said that.
So this was an erroneous article the whole way around?
He's got another gentleman in Florida who happens to be a very nice guy, but not...
My apologies. I'm sorry.
Really, somebody's really doing some bad facts.
Since I've been mentioned, can I...
His father was with Lee Harvey Oswald prior to Oswald's being, shot. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. What is this, right prior to his being shot? And nobody even brings it up. I mean, they don't even talk about that. That was reported, and nobody talks about it. But I think it's horrible. I think it's absolutely horrible.
Trump cited a bizarre and completely uncorroborated report, and I use the term report loosely, in the National Enquirer, the supermarket tabloid. The National Enquirer, which has endorsed Trump and is published by a friend of Trump's, has been launching smear after smear against Cruz and his family. This story shows a photograph from August 1963 of a man standing with soon-to-be John F. Kennedy assassin Lee Harvey Oswald, handing out pro-Castro literature, and the story suggests that the man is Cruz's father, Rafael. Now, I cannot believe I need to say the following, but here goes. There is no corroborated evidence that Ted Cruz's father ever met Lee Harvey Oswald, or for that matter, any other presidential assassin. We in the media don't talk about it because there's no evidence of it. In fact, there is contrary evidence. Well before the picture was taken, Rafael Cruz's sister was brutally beaten by Castro forces, and Rafael Cruz had denounced the regime. So any suggestion that Cruz's father played a role in the Kennedy assassination is ridiculous and, frankly, shameful. Now, that's not an anti-Trump position or a pro-Cruz position. It's a pro-truth position.
I want to bring up something that happened on the show on Tuesday. Donald Trump apparently contradicting himself when he joined both us and our friends over at ABC by phone.
This is what happened. He talked to ABC first before their show, and they had asked him about that advertisement that showed women quoting things, actual quotes of Mr. Trump. So here's what he said when asked about that ad.
Have you seen that, and what did you make of it?
Well, I have seen it, and it was a Romney deal.
Okay, just a couple of minutes later, he appeared live on this show. Here's what he had to say.
Honestly, I have not seen the ad, so I would have to see it. I've heard about the ad, but I have not seen the ad.
Nicole, does this matter? I mean, when a guy contradicts himself within a couple of minutes, do people care?
Anything about Hillary in terms of religion? Now, she's been in the public eye for years and years, and yet there's nothing out there. There's like nothing out there. It's going to be an extension of Obama, but it's going to be worse, because with Obama you had your guard up. With Hillary, you don't.
I am a Methodist. I have been raised Methodist. I feel very grateful for the instructions and support I received, starting in my family, but through my church.
This is Hillary Clinton's agenda to release the violent criminals from jail. She wants them all released.
They were
also misled. A lot of information was given to people, but I was against the war in Iraq from the beginning.
Yeah, but you've used that vote of Hillary's, that was the same as Governor Pence,
many people
as the example of her bad judgment.
Many people have, and frankly, I'm one of the few that was right on Iraq.
Yeah, but what about Heath?
He's entitled to make a mistake every once in a while.
But she's not. Okay, come on.
I just don't want to tell you that.
Are you for invading Iraq?
Yeah, I guess so. You know, I wish it was. I wish the first time it was done correctly.
You heard the other night, this maniac, Sanders, and then Hillary keeps going, yes, yes, I'll do that too. Yes, yes. They want to raise your taxes to 90%. 90%!
Hillary Clinton is going to raise your taxes very substantially, possibly to 55 or 60%. That is going to be the end. She's going to raise your taxes. And you know what? She has no plan. She doesn't talk about it. She won't talk about it. She's got to raise them to at least 55%.
Hillary Clinton has a plan. It's very simple. Just keep everything the same, except add one new tax bracket for all income earned over $5 million. So whatever one person earns over $5 million, instead of being taxed at 39.6%, it gets taxed at 43.6%.
You tweeted out that whites killed by blacks, these were statistics you picked up from somewhere, at a rate of 81%. And that's totally wrong. Whites killed by blacks is 15%. Yet you tweeted it was 81%. Now,
Bill, I didn't tweet. I retweeted somebody that was supposedly an expert,
but you don't
and it was also a radio show.
Why do you want to be in that zone?
Hey, Bill, am I going to check every statistic? I get millions and millions of people.
You got it. You're a presidential contender. You got to check it.
Millions of people.
Would you just say, unequivocally, you condemn them and you don't want their support?
Well, I have to look at the group. I mean, I don't know what group you're talking about.
I mean, I'm just talking about David Duke and the Ku Klux Klan here, but...
I don't know, honestly, I don't know David Duke. I don't believe I've ever met him. I'm pretty sure I didn't meet him, and I just don't know anything about him.
David Duke just joined. A bigot, a racist, a problem. I mean, this is not exactly the people you want in your party.
At the same time, we've heard this week that David Duke has come out, former leader of the Grand Dragon, Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, come out and said he's supportive of your candidacy. So my first question is, why do people like that, like Donald Trump? And second, how do you feel about the David Duke quasi-endorsement?
I don't know the answer to the first. Who knows why? But I don't need his endorsement. I certainly wouldn't want his endorsement. I don't need anybody's endorsement.
Would you repudiate David Duke?
Sure, I would do that if it made you feel better. They just approved a budget which is a disaster, the omnibus. They call it the omnibus budget, right? It is a total disaster. It funds Obamacare. It funds Syrians coming into the United States. We have no idea who they are. It funds illegal immigrants coming in and through your border, right through Phoenix.
What is ironic about Trump's claim is that something that the omnibus does fund is U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Now, those are the very people who are tasked with preventing undocumented immigrants from entering the country.
They wouldn't even be there except for us. You take a look at Kuwait. I mean, we handed Kuwait back to the people that right now essentially own Kuwait, because it's really ownership more than anything else. We handed it back. They never paid us. If you look at North Korea, South Korea, we're protecting South Korea. They're making a fortune. Let's call it hundreds of billions of dollars of profit on us. We have 25,000 soldiers over there protecting them. They don't pay us. Why are they paying us?
You'd be treating this like a business.
No. Out of 67 counties, I won 66, which is unprecedented. It's never happened before.
Hey, I watched when the World Trade Center came tumbling down. And I watched in Jersey City, New Jersey, where thousands and thousands of people were cheering as that building was coming down. Thousands of people were cheering. So something's going on. We got to find out what it is. I do want surveillance.
And we did have some celebrating. That is true. We had pockets of celebration. Some in Queens, some in Brooklyn.
How many people?
10, 12, 30, 40. And we did have some reports
Yes.
of people celebrating that day
Yes.
while the towers were coming
But
down.
if there had been thousands of people,
I would have
you
known
would
that
have
for
known
sure.
about. Yes. So Donald Trump is therefore not telling the truth.
Well, I think what he's doing is exaggerating, right? People were celebrating. He's right about that.
But you're saying a handful of people.
I didn't see any evidence of thousands, nor have I seen it since then, of thousands of people.
So, but definitively, I've said this a number of times. It didn't happen. But if you'd like me to say it another way, I'm happy to say it another way. It didn't happen. And the fact is that, people can say anything, but the facts are the facts, and that did not happen in New Jersey that day, and it hasn't happened since.
This didn't happen in New Jersey. There were plenty of reports, and you're feeding a stereotype.
Chuck, it did happen in New Jersey. I have hundreds of people that agree with me.
You're running for president of the United States. Your words matter. Truthfulness matters. Fact-based stuff matters.
Chuck, make it easy, Chuck. Just play cool.